morning. Thanks for joining me. I'm Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. Today I've got lots of Stampin' Up! News to share with you down on my desk, and we're going to make a fun card using some vellum. So let's go down and have a look. Okay, hopefully I can do this a little smoother, not quite so noisy. You'll see what I have on my table here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get us straight. All right, there we are. Okay, so I have the new paper pumpkin called Mountain Majesties. This one is the May paper pumpkin, so you have to subscribe by May the 10th. And this one, I've got my notes here somewhere. This one looks sort of like a good one to make mail cards, Father's Day, or mail birthdays. It makes 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs. It has pre-cut vellum pieces and some pre-cut paper pieces. So I'm looking at those trees, wondering if they're pre-cut pieces. It has a watercolor look to it, and the ink spot is Misty Moonlight. So it looks like a good one. And the dies that coordinate are these 3 for this quarter, April, May, and June. So this is the die that is going to coordinate with the May. So it's a label die. There's June with the leaf and the flower. And then April's was Hugs, the word Hugs. This add-on die set number is 166238, and it is $16.50. Now, I will put that to the side. If you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you want to be, and you're wondering how to do that, you can contact me if you like. My email is here, mrgorn@shaw.ca, or you can go to my website, margaretgorn.stampinup.net, and I can help you through that. All right, so that's the paper pumpkin. The new reward system has begun with Stampin' Up! So now everybody, customers and demonstrators, with a $20 order, I'm thinking, is that right? You get, or is it 25? Now I've forgotten. You get 10% back in rewards, and it's a system that you have to have an online store account for, and Stampin' Up! Keeps track of all the points, the reward points that you earn, and they're good for a year. You can use them on every order. You don't have to. You can save them up. But it's a really great system, because it used to be you didn't get any rewards until you reached a $200 order. So now it's a little bit different. So that's excellent. Also, big news, free shipping today, the 23rd, till Friday, the 25th. So if you need to stock up on anything, it would be a great time to do it. And this is just before our new catalog begins, May 6th. So cardstock paper is going up in price quite considerably, so you might want to stock up on that. Now, I will tell you that the basic white and very vanilla, those papers have already gone to the new price. So it would just be the colored paper that hasn't changed price yet. So just be aware of that. Remember that the last chance list is still going, and that lots of good things are still on there. So check that out, and it would be a great time to place an order. Like I say, free shipping is a big one. Okay, so today our card is going to be utilizing the Delightful Wishes bundle. We're going to be utilizing the vellum today. Now, I have used this gingham pattern before on a card, if you saw that video, but this is really beautiful. This whole suite is still available, and it comes with the stamps and the dies, so you can still get all this, and the paper. Now, the paper is not carrying over into our new catalog, so I'm going to use the vellum today, and it's not carrying over either, so if you're interested in that, you would have to get it soon. All right, so I will show you our card, but this is all in the mini catalog on this whole suite, page 33, 34, 35, 36, and 37. So lots of ideas for this one. All right, so let's get started on this card. it is a card I saw demonstrated, and I'm afraid I can't remember who it was that demonstrated it, so I will just have to wing it. I can't give you credit, I'm sorry. All right, so our card base today is Lemon Lolly. So that's one of the colors that's in the vellum and in the paper. It is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25, so our traditional card base. You can see I've cut a rectangle out of the front. Now I have used the retired stitched rectangles. So that, if you own these, that would be great. If you don't, you can just cut on your trimmer. You could cut a rectangle out. Now, I did also make a frame to go on this, so that would be a little trickier if you were trying to do that. I used the third from the largest. I used the third largest to cut this. Now, I did cut it off center, as you see. There's a reason for that. I just left enough space here that I could put a frame on. So I cut the frame using the second largest and the third largest on my machine. I used some washi tape and held them so that they would make a frame. And I cut the frame out of Daffodil Delight because I thought it was a good contrast on here. So I'm going to glue that frame on there like that. All right. So I will put those back. Okay. Now the vellum that I chose, this vellum that comes with this suite, the floral and gingham vellum. There is the gingham, the florals, the two different florals, and they look quite different depending on what paper is behind them. So the one I've chosen today is the one with all the big yellow flowers on it. So there it is. You can see the vellum through, and there's a little bit of the pool party there in the background, the little spots. All right, so this is the one I'm going to use. Now, this is what it's going to look like behind here. We're going to put it in right behind there. Now, doesn't that change the look of it as soon as I put it on the yellow? Beautiful, eh? All right, so I am going to first glue my frame on. So this frame is quite narrow, so I will turn it over, and I am using liquid glue, the Tombow liquid glue. So I am going to put that on now, and I'm just going to put just a bead very carefully, very small bead of white glue, and glue it on the front of our card, and we'll get that glued on so that it will dry. Okay, stuck my finger in there. Okay, just want to make sure there's enough on it. I'm going to open this up this way and put it on my silicone mat to put it down. So I know it's going to be the exact size because I used the proper dies to get it on here to cut it out. So there it is there. So that just is a nice contrast, I think, with the Lemon Lolly. And of course, both those colors are in this paper. And then that's going to go behind it. So you also will need something to write on, unless you want to write right on your Lemon Lolly, but I don't think so. Anyways, you can, I cut a piece of basic white, and again, look how this changes the colors of this. I'm going to put the basic white behind it. Really makes it pop, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm going to put the basic white behind there. And this basic white piece is, I did write it down here, I think, 3.5 by 4 3/4. And so it's just a bit bigger than the window so that I can sort of fill that in. Okay. And then you're going to need something for the greeting, and I'll show you what I did with the greeting on this one. I do have another sample done with the other floral gingham, the pool party one, and I'll show that to you after. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in. Now I always look at this vellum very carefully because there is what I think is a right side and a wrong side. The right side has the flowers, they're shinier. The back side, they're not so much. I know you can't really see that on the camera, I don't think. But anyways, I want to glue this on. So what I'm going to do, and you've seen me use vellum before, and I use my sponge dauber, and I put the glue on. So I'm going to put a bunch of glue here, white glue, get my sponge dauber, and you can see where I need the glue, just along the edges here. So I'm going to move this off, and put this up here, and I'm just going to swirl this around. So I pretty much need this all the way along here, like that. And so I'm going quite close to the opening part so that we know that the vellum will be stuck down there. Okay. This is the best way that I've found to attach vellum, and it doesn't show. I just want to make sure I've got enough up top here and enough on the side. Okay. All right. So I wanted it that way, and I'm looking at this, and it doesn't really have a right or wrong way, but because that leaf, I kind of like it going that way. So I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to try to have it somewhat centered on there. So there it is there, just like that. And there's the front of the card. Isn't that pretty? Just beautiful. Now, I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside. I am going to put this in, and I do want it to make sure that it covers the window. Like, I don't want it, you can see if I slid it all the way over there, you could see yellow here. So I want to make sure that window is covered. So I think the easiest way for me to do this is to just put a little glue on it. And I think I will just put it the wrong way, like this, and close my card over top of it. And then I know it's covered the window properly. Okay, there. So that looks good. And there it is. All right, so that's that. Now, I decided to use the Stylish Shapes dies, and this is the circle I chose. So it's 1, 2, 3 from the smallest one, and I cut it out of white, and I'll show you. Move this out of the way because I don't want to get glue. I used that, and I cut a white circle. Then I used the dies from the Delightful Wishes. So I used this long die for my white, where I stamped my greeting, and I used this one and this one to make my flower. And then I stamped my green leaves, and they also have a die that cuts them out. So I stamped them on white with Mossy Meadow, and then I cut them out. And this flower I cut out of Lemon Lolly, so that's the back piece. I'll hold it up here a bit closer. That's the back piece that I cut out of here. Oopsie, Lemon Lolly. And then the accent on top, I cut out, that's it there. I cut that out of Daffodil Delight. The leaves I stamped with Mossy Meadow on white cardstock, and then I cut them out like that. And that's my circle, the white circle there. And then this is from the same Delightful Wishes, the little banner. And so these are my choices for words. So I wanted something on this long banner. So I wanted just all the best. Well, the nice thing about these stamps, I'll show you. Here's my extra pieces. They've spaced the words out. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can hold it up like this. So they've spaced the words out so that I just inked with my ink pad all the best. I didn't ink up U, but you can always cover the U with a Post-it note or whatever so it doesn't stamp. And I stamped it right on the end, as you can see. Stamped it right on, very close to the far right end of my banner. And then I just glued my banner on the back because I want this greeting to span across my vellum. So I kind of wanted to glue it there and glue it there. And I don't want any glue on the back of it because, again, when you open your card, you don't want to see a bunch of glue or dimensionals or whatever. So that's the way it's going to look on the inside. So that's what I did there. And that worked out really good. And now instead of just putting it on like that, I thought, well, I'm going to get a stamp pad here, and I can just rest it there to hold it. There we go. I did bring in, this is on the last chance list, this is the Daffodil Delight 8th of an inch ribbon. And I wondered if maybe I wanted some ribbon, maybe behind here. You know, something like just a loop or something behind it like that. I just didn't know if I needed it or not, but I thought, well, that is on the last, that looks pretty, it is on the last chance list, so I thought maybe that would be something we could use. And also on the last chance list are these gold textured dots. I think I brought them in before, and I don't know if I want to use those, or this is the Tinsel Gem 4-pack, and it's actually called Lemon Lime Twist, the yellow that's on the bottom there. But I thought, you know, it looks really good on these. So I thought maybe I would use that one. All right, so let's see. What do I think about that ribbon? I think I might use it. So what I'm going to do is turn this over, and I want the ribbon there. So I want a little bit of my Stampin' Seal across here, like, sorry. Oh, my Stampin' Seal is not turning very good here. Just let me see if I can get it back the way it's supposed to be. There, I think it's good. Okay, there's some there. And I'm going to be going, I have to orient myself over here. So I want, this is not looking very good. Oh, that's because I'm at the very end of it. I need a new refill. All right. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to use this to just, oh, I've got the Stampin' Seal on the wrong spot there. That's okay. There we go. I'm going to just use it like that, I think is good, and have the two ends coming out here. What do you think of that? Or I could have it go back again, like a bow, I guess, like that. You can see I haven't cut this off my spool. Oops, I find that's the easiest way, and then you're not wasting a bunch of ribbon. So have it like that. That looks all right, but I've got this loop in the wrong spot for sure. This needs to be. The nice thing about using this, the seal, is you can pull it off and put it back on again. Your ribbon, I mean, so that it's, okay. Whoops, I did bring my ribbon scissors in to put this like that. And I just want the end to be angled. All right, so take my ribbon off of there. And then I'm thinking, there, I really like the look of that. I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to just glue it. So I'm just going to glue the very, very end here with my white glue. I'm just going to put a dot there like that. And then I want to see just this very edge is going to be touching the cardstock. I'm hoping that doesn't look too bad on the inside with my ribbon on there. I haven't done it with ribbon before. And I'm going to put it up a little bit. Doesn't have to be right at the bottom. Let's see if that looks straight. Just a minute. Okay. Just like that. Oh, that's not straight at all. Sorry, I moved it. You're going to say, wow. Okay, so there it is. Now let's look at the inside. Yeah, you can't really see, you can see the ribbon in the back there, but not really well. So I think that's okay. All right, I love that. Okay, that turned out really good. Better than I even expected. All right, so let's close some of this up. I've got my dies here. Okay, so that, and then we want some bling possibly on here. So I'm just going to take one of these yellow, or this is Lemon Lime Twist, but I'm just going to put it, and I'm thinking maybe put it right in the flowers. What do you think? So one there. Whoop, that the center. Now, I don't know what don't know what these look like from the inside. Let me have a look. No, you can't see anything, so that's good. And maybe I'm using the larger size. There is 2 sizes, but I am using the larger size. And I'm thinking, you know what? I am just going to put them in the center of these flowers because I think they look really good. So there's 2. I'll maybe choose a smaller one. If I can get it off my paper here. Oh, there it goes. And put the smaller one right there. All right. So that just gives it a little bit of something, something. Okay, what do you think? I really like these cards, and it's a great way to utilize your vellum and really show it off. Beautiful card. It's beautiful on the inside also. So there we go. All right. Now, I did do another one with the pool party and the other vellum. So this one I decided to use. I needed some die cut of some sort, and I didn't know what to use. So I thought I'm going to bring in stippled roses. This is on the last chance list, and I loved this set. It's beautiful. It does have a Happy Mother's Day greeting on it too, so I think I'll be keeping this one for a long time. So it comes with, you can order the bundle, so it does have dies. The stamps are red rubber, but it has these beautiful leaves. So this one is gorgeous, but these little flowers I really liked, and I chose this green stem here. So that's what that one is, and it has 3 little flowers that you can glue onto it. And this strip, if you're wondering, comes from Friends for Life. Is that what that one was called? I've got it here. Yeah, Friends for Life. That's the die. And I liked it because it's long and skinny. So there it is. And this is on the last chance list, which makes me very sad because I've used this a ton. I love the greetings. And it has the word friend. That is a die cut. It has that beautiful heart. But this is the die that I used. And it makes me think of a paint swatch. Just the way it is. The end of it. But it fits the words nicely because it's nice and skinny. So the words I used were from Delightful Wishes. No, they weren't. Sorry, they weren't from Delightful Wishes. Where did I get those words from? I don't even know. Oh, it's from here. Sorry, it's from here. And I just used birthday wishes. I didn't put best because it didn't really fit on there. So, because I wanted the die cut over top. So I just used birthday wishes from Stippled Roses. And again, just inked up those 2 words and not the word best. So that came from there. And this twine is in a 3-pack. So it's lemon lolly twine that I used. I just tied a little double bow there. And it and some gems. And I made my frame this time out of white, basic white. And the center that I cut out of the white, I used in here to write on. So again, I placed it behind the vellum so it's showing through there. So there's the 2 cards. I think they're lovely. They'd make beautiful Mother's Day cards for sure. So those are our 2 cards for today. I hope everybody liked that. I'm thinking this style of card is going to be in my next card kit. So keep your eye out for that. That'll be coming soon. I'm working on the 4 different cards. So make sure that you get your order in if you are thinking about placing an order within the next 2 days so that you get free shipping. Remember, it runs right till Friday. All right. Hope everybody has a great week.